YouTube, what is up? This is There Goes Jay, and I'm back. It's been a little while, yeah. It's been some months since I made a video, but um, if you couldn't tell by the giant Piccolo wearing a turban and a cape, my favorite character, Piccolo, is finally gonna get some shine in Dragon Ball Super. I'm tired of seeing him. Every time we see him, he's getting his butt kicked. I'm like, oh, bruh, really? But there's another character that is, he gets kind of handled. He's been nerfed, Gohan, and they're finally getting back together. So this is really kind of a response video. I wanted to make this video because Piccolo is my favorite character, so I wanted to say a little something about that. But this is kind of a response video too to some of the comments that have been going on in the Dragon Ball community about Gohan and who he should be training with. Because at this point, people want to see Gohan be this uber strong character again. They want that Mystic Saiyan back, and we may get him, who knows. But people are saying like, oh, he needs to be training with Whis. He needs God form. He needs this. He needs that. And like God form is powerful and is formidable, but it is overrated in my opinion. And everybody thinks that, oh, they need to train with the gods. They need God Ki. Not necessarily. No. And it's like, as we see from these different characters that we're coming in contact with, you don't necessarily need God Ki in order to train and become stronger and have a power that rivals or is on par with the gods. Look at Hit. He didn't train with Champa. Jiren, we don't know that he trained with the god of destruction. Goku Black for sure didn't train with the god of destruction. Even Android 17, he's been chilling on Earth, and he pushed Goku to the limit to have to use Super Saiyan Blue. And so, Super Saiyan Blue is not everything. And so, I just wanted to address some of the comments that's going on out there because people are upset saying Gohan should train with somebody much stronger. And so, for that, I've got 2 points. The first point, one, you don't necessarily need to be stronger than the person you're training. If you take it back to like sports, for instance, say basketball, football, baseball, or even combat sports, boxing, mixed martial arts, usually the trainer is somebody that is past their prime, older, or somebody that can be like a leadership or guiding role in that young fighter's life in order to push them. And so with that being said, usually the trainer has some kind of experience in whatever sport that is that they're training new athletes in. But such is the circle of life. Once you've had your day in the sun, you go and you give back to the other people that are coming along, that are coming after you. You come back and you help train those people, you help train and develop them. And that's what Piccolo is. And so this is a little different because Piccolo is he's still young enough to compete and fight and participate. So it's going to be a little different. So they will be spending time sparring and training together in that capacity. But the trainer doesn't necessarily need to be stronger than the pupil in order to train them. And Dragon Ball has it spoiled because a lot of times we see the trainer out there with the pupil training and still able to keep up and compete. You see that sometimes, but that's not typically how it goes. Usually the trainer he's done fighting, but he's just training, he's teaching what he knows to that next generation. That's usually how it goes, but it's a little different in this case because it is an animated show and it is Dragon Ball, and we're going to get the chance to see these characters throw down together and push each other to the limit and really develop, and we're going to see what happens with that. And I'm excited for that. Just to kind of give you another example of that, you think about Karate Kid, Daniel's son of Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi could still throw down, but he wasn't competing. He was an old man. You think about Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach is done fighting. He ain't fighting nobody no more. Like, he has Parkinson's. However, though, because he's been there, done that, he knows how to push and train and develop Pacquiao. You look at Floyd Mayweather and his uncle Roger Mayweather. Roger ain't fighting nobody no more. This is a man in his 50s or 60s or whatever. But he fought before. He's been a champion before, so he knows how to train his nephew and get the most out of him. And the thing with the trainer and everything, the trainer doesn't have to necessarily participate the trainer's purpose, because at the end of the day, that athlete's putting the work in. But that trainer knows how to push you to get the most out of you. If you're training by yourself, you might want to stop. That trainer's going to push you, is going to be standing over you to get that little bit of extra out of you. You're doing reps, curling, bench press, or whatever. You might want to stop at 10 or 11. That trainer's going to be right there. No, you got a little bit left. Give it to me. Give me 12. Give me 13. Okay, now you can rest. They're going to push you. When you want to stop, they're going to push you to keep going. And that's the role Piccolo is going to be playing for Gohan, because at this point, Gohan, he isn't necessarily weak. He's still strong. The thing that's going on with Gohan is that he's out of shape. He hasn't been training. And with the progression of these characters, you look at it, Gohan isn't the same adventurer that his dad, Goku, is. So he has a family now, wife, child. He works. That's what he does. That's his life now. So Gohan isn't weak by any stretch of the imagination. Out of step? Yeah. Not training? Yeah. What else can I say? Out of shape? Definitely, yeah. And that's really the point what's going on with Gohan. Just out of shape. And not Gohan, but Piccolo is going to train Gohan and push him to get him back in shape. That's basically what's happening here. Because as you can see with these characters, even though they're immensely strong and they're able to generate a lot of power from their key development, they're still mortal, and they can still have damage inflicted upon them, as you can see with combat. And so we can't think of these characters in the same way we would think of characters out of a comic book, that this is the character, this is who they are, and that's it. Let's say, for example, like a Superman or a Captain Marvel or a Spider-Man or an Incredible Hulk, that these characters are established and that's it. And these characters stay within these comic book characters stay within a certain age range and demographic forever. They'll make the characters younger to appeal to the new generation coming up. And so with that, you don't have the same kind of storytelling and character development that you do in anime, because you get a chance to see these characters grow from children to adulthood to elderly, and they have kids, and those kids come along. As you see with some of the other animes out there, and Dragon Ball is no different, because we had a chance to see Goku go from a child to a teenager to an adult to now he has kids now, and now he's a grandfather now. Now his son is a grown man that has kids now. In anime, you get a chance to see these characters really develop. And so we got to understand that. So with that development, you got things that happen, so these characters change. And so you get a chance to see in Dragon Ball Super the character progression of these characters. Goku isn't the hero that we thought he was. Through character development, we get a chance to see that he's an adventurer, he's a martial artist, he's a warrior. He enjoys the thrill of the fight. He's not so much a hero, more so than he enjoys going out, finding the biggest, baddest dude and challenging him to push himself so he can be the strongest that he can be. That's what he's concerned about. Vegeta, his character's changed. He's a family man now. But the one thing that keeps him going as a martial artist, he wants to protect his family. And two, he wants to rival Goku. Goku's his rival that keeps him training. Piccolo is like a grandfather now. And so back to Piccolo, my favorite character. The second point I wanted to make was you got to understand the relationship between Piccolo and Gohan. Piccolo's still useful. He's one of the smarter characters in Dragon Ball. He's a strategist. He thinks things through. And that intellect makes up for his lack of brute just strength and power. And back to the relationship that him and Gohan share, you got to understand it's a sensei pupil, it's a sensei student relationship. So in that regard, it makes sense that Gohan would want to train with Piccolo, because that's the person who he's had the most success with training. That's the person that brought him into the game and first trained him. That's the person he spent the most amount of time with as a martial artist, because that whole era with Cell and Buu and the Mystic Gohan art, the 2 times he trained with his father, those were brief periods of time as compared to the time that he spent with Piccolo training early on. And they really developed that relationship. And Piccolo's the one that sacrificed his life for Gohan's well-being. Um, Piccolo killed Goku. And so Goku wasn't in Gohan's life, not because he's a deadbeat dad, but Goku wasn't in Gohan's life because he was a dead dad. Like, literally, DOA, RIP. He wasn't there because he was dead. And Piccolo, out of a sense of, it was self-serving because he realized the potential for Gohan's strength. It was like, okay, if these Saiyans are stronger than this guy we just faced, and it took 2-on-1 for us to beat him, we're going to need everything we've got. And so I'm going to train this boy because he has the potential to be very strong. And that's what he did. And he sacrificed himself for Gohan. And then once Goku got back, that time they spent was very brief because Goku was hurt in the hospital, and then Gohan had to go with Bulma to Namek to get the Dragon Balls. And then once they came up against Frieza, the first person back to come get Gohan out of a pinch was Piccolo. He was the first person there to rescue him with his new power from fusing with the nail. And so, as you can see, Piccolo's been the person that's been there for Gohan the most. He's trained him the most. He's been there the most. He's there now. While Goku's been off in other planets and worlds training, Piccolo's been right there with Gohan, and they've had this relationship. And so I'm speaking about this because I'm a martial artist myself, and I understand that whole sensei-student relationship. And yeah, you have your parents and you have your family, but that sensei-student relationship is special, and that's especially true if it's a one-on-one relationship, like their relationship is. And if you can compare it to like a trainer or a coach, if you think about it in those regards, like, yeah, you got your mom and your dad, but if you play sports, your coach is right there. He pushed you to be great. And so that relationship that you have with that person is special. And this is no different between Gohan and Piccolo. And so with that said, I'm excited for these characters. They're going to be throwing down tomorrow. We're going to get a chance to check them out and see what they do, see what new powers they get. And we're going to get a chance to see how Piccolo pushes Gohan to be this fierce fighter again. And it's going to be interesting to see because this is the first time, I think, from the clips we've been seeing, this is the first time we're going to see a Namekian and Piccolo up against a Super Saiyan. And we're going to see how he handles that. And that's going to be interesting to see because the times he trained with Goku, Goku was base form. But it's going to be interesting to see. So, with that being said, I'm looking forward to it. One other quick thing. People are... They want to see Gohan go Super Saiyan Blue. And I think that's a little... It's too easy. It's kind of played at this point. And as we can see from some of the other characters, you don't necessarily need to be like Blue. Hit wasn't training with the God of Destruction. Topo isn't training with the God of Destruction as far as we know. He was able to push Goku. You even look at Android 17. He's been on Earth this whole time. And he pushed Goku to have to transform to Super Saiyan Blue. With that being said, you got plenty of examples of people who have trained in the Dragon Ball Super Universe who have gotten strong enough to push, even Goku Black and Zamasu. They weren't training with Gods of Destruction, but they pretty much put Goku and Vegeta on their heels and pushed them to the limit. And so with that being said, he doesn't necessarily have to be a God form or whatever to become strong and relevant again. And it's going to be exciting to see Sensei Piccolo training his student again to be strong, tough, and great. And so with that being said, I'm excited to see my favorite character, Piccolo, get back together with his student and train him to do his thing. So leave your comments below and let me know what you think about the episode. So no spoilers, but hey, we're going to see what happens tomorrow. And so we're going to see what kind of training Piccolo's been doing. And we're going to see how he's going to push Gohan to be this rough and tumble and awesome character again. And so it's going to be great. I can't wait to see it. So guys, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. When I get around to it, I'll make a response to what you said. and I'll clear up any kind of misconceptions or questions that you might have. So with that being said, this is Jay, and I'm out, y'all. I'm going to be watching this episode tomorrow. I can't wait. All right, yo. Hey, peace out.